Good afternoon, guys, and I'm Nicole. This is all about Nicole Henderson. I'm coming with a chili recipe that I do for my family all the time. That is a kid-friendly recipe. This is just something that I put together in the kitchen for my family. It is kid-friendly, and the reason why I say it's kid-friendly is because it's not hot. I can't myself take a lot of spicy foods. I can take some spice, of course, but I can't take a lot. As far as my family, we like mild stuff. My son is probably the only one, I would say, in the house that can take a little bit of heat. So for him, he might add something like cayenne pepper, or a favorite in the house, which is Texas Pete. Texas Pete is not the hottest hot sauce, but that's what we do here in this house. So today I have, again, I say a chili recipe. So our ingredients are over here, and I will list in the description box the ingredients also. So as I go along, I'll let you know that what I am putting into our chili. Today, the meat of choice is ground turkey. I do use ground beef, but today, ground turkey is what I had available. So I'm going to start with the onions. And right now I have a couple tablespoons of butter in here. So I'm going to dump the onions. Give them a stir. And while that is stirring, I'm going to turn down my heat. It was on medium high. I'm going to bring it down just a tad bit. But some of the ingredients that we're going to add is Bush's Best pinto beans, chili beans. That's one thing. We're going to add also Lux pinto beans. And I will say that Lux is seasoned with pork. So for those of you that do not use pork, you might want to substitute that out. Like I say, this is a recipe that I do for my family. Pretty much with the beans, you can do anything you want. Just like, for example, I'm throwing in today, I found this in the pantry. I believe my husband got it. Some white chili beans, Great Northern beans. I'm going to throw that in there. Also, we will be using some tomatoes, mild diced tomatoes with green chilies. My seasonings of choice is onion powder, garlic powder, some black pepper, my favorite complete seasoning, and also have a McCormick original chili packet, just one of those. And I have Worcestershire sauce, and I will be using chicken broth. Like I say, this is something that you can do pretty much anything you want to do. I try to stay away from the salt as much, and it's depending on what you want. If you want to add salt and pepper, I do sometimes with other recipes add salt and pepper at this point. But what I'm going to do is saute these onions down, and I'll come back to you. Okay guys, the onions have been sauteing for a little while, and I dumped the turkey meat in. That's about 3 pounds of turkey meat, and it just depends on your family. My family, when it comes to chili, we love a meaty chili. So I added 3 pounds, and 3 pounds, this pot of chili will get us for 2 days. So that's another reason why I use so much meat. So at this time, I am going to start putting my seasonings in there. I will say that because my grandmother, God rest her soul, taught me how to cook. And so with her, I cook pretty much the same. And what I mean by that is I pretty much eyeball everything as far as seasonings or what have you, unless someone gives me a recipe. And when they do give me a recipe, I always make it my own recipe. So I am going to start putting in seasonings. In the description box, you guys will find a recipe for this, and I will try to estimate how much I put of each ingredient in there to give you an idea of what to put in yours. And like I say, this is my recipe. You can make it your recipe. Meaning if you like more onion, like this was a small onion. If you like a large onion, it just depends on you. You can do that. The amount of black pepper I put in it, or the amount of garlic powder, the onion powder, it's just to your taste, okay? Same thing with the beans. You can put whatever beans you want to put in. Sometimes when I'm doing a Tex-Mex chili, I do it basically with the same ingredients, only difference, I may add taco seasoning. Not only that, I add black beans, I'll add corn to it. Like I say, you make it your chili. This is my chili. This is how I make my chili, okay? Everybody make their chili different. So this is the way I do my chili. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some black pepper. My family likes black pepper. And with the black pepper, I like to see my black pepper, so I do put a lot. And I know you say, Nicole, that adds heat, right? Yes, it does add a little bit of heat. A little bit of heat is okay for me, but a lot of heat, that's a no-no. The next thing I have is some onion powder. There again, I'm eyeballing the onion powder. So another thing I'm going to put in there is some garlic powder. Okay. And I'm going to come back. I'm also going to put in some complete seasoning. I'm going to put in some Worcestershire sauce. And my chili packet, I always put that in pretty much last. And the chili packet will go in after I put the beans and the tomatoes in. So I'll come right back to you in just a moment and I'll show you what I have. Also, another tip, when it comes to turkey meat versus ground beef, when I'm working with turkey meat, as you notice, I do not break it up as much, because breaking up turkey meat at this point, it'll break down, like the texture of it won't be like the texture of ground beef. Ground beef, I can go ahead and start chopping it up or what have you, but turkey meat, I kind of let it cook a little bit before I start chopping, so it'll stay in bigger chunks. With our chili, we like a chunky chili, okay? But like I say, it depends on what you like. This is what my family like. So I will come back to you in just a moment. Okay guys, I'm back. I am going to dump in, starting with this the chili beans. I'll pour this in. I got all the seasonings in there. I did off camera chop up the ground turkey with this. That's my meat chopper. I am putting white chili beans, the great northern beans in there. We're going to try that this time. Like I say, you can use whatever beans you like. It's just to your family's liking. This is what my family like. Well, actually, we're trying these northern beans for the very first time. I'm going to put the Lux pinto beans. Again, Lux pinto beans have pork in it. If you do not want pork, you may substitute this for another can of beans. But it's something about those Lux pinto beans that add a good flavor. Also, we're going to put 1 can of mild diced tomatoes with green chili. Okay. All right. And at this point, I'm going to stir it up. My ground turkey is done. Okay. All right. And at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add I'm going to add 1 packet of McCormick's original chili. I told my son to get the mild, but the original is okay. Also, it's not that hot. So, okay. I also like to add, I forgot I did not pull it out earlier. I like to add smoked paprika, the Trader Joe's. I believe it was Javon on J Vlogs. They got me hooked to using this. It gives it good flavor. It darkens the chili up the way I like it. It's a good combination. Comment down below how you like to make your chili. What are some of the ingredients that you put inside your chili? Another thing I put is chicken broth if I have it on hand. If I do not have chicken broth, I will use water. And what I do is I put it into this green chili tomato can, which is 10 ounces. I start with this because, like I said, I do not like a watered down chili. My family and I, we like our chili kind of on the thick side, really meaty. Okay. And this is the point that, because my meat is done, those beans, they're pretty much done. At this point, I take a spoon and I taste. Perfect. So, I just let it simmer. And I say I let it simmer maybe about 30 minutes or so. It just depends. About 30 minutes of simmering. But again, I said that, I told you guys earlier that all the instructions, the ingredients will be in the description box down below. So I'll come back to you with the finished product. Okay guys, I'm back, and I promised that I would come back when the chili was done, the finished product. As you get to see that it has cooked down. It's chunky the way my family and I like it. And I will say that it is delicious. And over here I plated up the finished product. My family likes to put cheese, sour cream, green onions, and we like to do tortilla chips. Sometimes I'll do cornbread, but mostly my children, they prefer the tortilla chips. So guys, that's it for my chili recipe. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And come on back and let's see what else we'll do next. But I'll talk with you later. Bye.